What is your name?
My name is Daniel McLaughlin.
Mr. McLaughlin, you apparently are suffering from Buerger's disease, is that right?
Yes, it is.
Hold your hands up and show us what has happened to you. Have you had amputations to your hands resulting in their condition now?
Yes, all 10 fingers.
What caused your Buerger's disease?
Smoking cigarettes.
When did you start smoking?
When I was about 14, 15 years old.
And did you have difficulty quitting smoking?
Yes, very much so.
Did you have how many amputations have you had in your life?
Amputations, I'd say around 35 to 40. And total surgery is 52, I believe.
And have you ever, did you continue to smoke after you had your first amputations?
Yes, I did.
And why did you continue to smoke?
Because I was addicted, I couldn't quit.
You've also had apparently a removal of your colon, and your kidneys now are not functioning. Is that correct?
That's correct.
What recommendation would you make to young people who are thinking about starting to smoke, thinking that nothing's going to happen to them and their friends are doing it, it's a cool thing to do? What would you tell them?
I'd tell them never to touch them. That's exactly what I thought when I started smoking. And I also thought I'd be able to put them down any time. And neither was the case. They won. They got me good.
And at this time you have both of your legs amputated, a good part of both of your hands. You've lost your kidney function and you've had your colon removed and you have a colostomy. What is a colostomy?
A colostomy is basically my bowel movements come out of my stomach now. I no longer have the capability of normal bowel movement.
And at this time, what is the condition of your bladder?
My bladder doesn't work too well either. I have it. I urinate almost entirely into a bag, and with a Foley catheter. And my bladder has very little function. What function it does have, I can't sense or feel. So when it does decide to pee, I can't tell. So therefore, therefore the bag.
What do you think of the tobacco commercials that make it look glamorous to be smoking, that you are either out riding a horse or that you're enjoying diving and swimming and other activities? What do you think about those advertisements to young people who see them?
I think they're false to start. I wish they'd have me throw me in the pool. It would be quite a different commercial. They're not glamorous at all. And what it does to you is far from glamorous.
And how would you know if you might get Buerger's disease? A young person that's watching this now, how would they know they might be the one that gets Buerger's disease? How would they know that?
Probably the best way to sense it would be pain when they walk. That was the first sign for me, although we didn't put two and two together. We didn't. Basically, I had pain when I was 14 or 15 and started smoking. It was immediate. But I didn't have the permanent disability at that point. And we had, myself and no other doctors had put two and two together and coined me with Buerger's disease.
But if a young person was
They used to treat me for frostbite and those kinds of things with the pain in my legs and feet.
If a young person was thinking about starting to smoke, they can't go get a test, can they, to determine if they might get Buerger's disease?
No, there's no test.
And you found that cigarettes were addictive, correct?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Do you think for people with Buerger's disease that the addiction is even greater than it might be for people without Buerger's disease?
I believe it probably is. I've read that it is. And my life experience has taught me it must be, because who could go through 30 amputations or more and not quit? I mean, if I was a non-smoker, I would think that was impossible. Or if I wasn't addicted, I would think that was impossible.
Do you think cigarettes ought to be readily available in convenience stores and things like that for kids to get them, even though there's signs saying that you have to be an adult to get them? Do you think they ought to be visibly displayed like they are all over in our society.
No, I don't think they should be legal at all. So this is where I've been sleeping lately. We got this hospital bed, this last hospitalization.
Helps you in your bed sores.
They recommended it, yeah, with the bed sores and the elevation and all this.
Yeah.
So this is what I got to do to get in there. Gotta watch out for this thing, that's for sure. Or you'll wish you had. This is the urine bag from the Foley, which I have to take off.
And do you hang it?
Hang it right here.
Okay.
And then make sure it's not crimped. It's got slack. But I gotta get close too. And this is how I gotta get in the bed. So there you go.
Okay, and then you scoot and adjust
Scoot around or
yourself.
whatever, yeah.
How do you sleep through the night generally?
Not well. I don't sleep any length of time.
And
Due to pain in my legs.
so you still have.
I have to. Right now, I'm not even supposed to be sitting up with this bed sores. This is another reason for the bed down here.
You're supposed to be in the bed.
I'm supposed to be in bed on my side.
Well, maybe you can just stay there then, as we complete this. Does the Foley cause you problems during the night in terms of movement?
Yeah,
you know?
yes, it limits that.
Right.
Limits your movement for sure.
Yeah.
I'm always
Do you have phantom?
headed.
Do you have phantom pain in your
Yes.
legs?
Yep.
In both legs?
Yep.
What does he mean? What do we mean by
Well,
phantom?
that means like, for instance, I might have pain in my foot that I don't even own. I don't have a foot. But it will feel like my foot's killing me or some other appendage. You know,
about-
halfway to the foot, my calves might hurt or something to that effect.
Do you get phantom pains in both legs?
Yes.
How often do you have those pains?
Almost every day. I would go so far as to say every day.
Okay. And are you taking any pain medication for?
Yes, I do. They have me on morphine. They have me on oxycodone. And some I'm supposed to take regularly, and some is as needed type of thing.
Okay.
So if my legs hurt, I'll take a couple. I took 2 earlier today before this whole thing started.